Hello friends, welcome back to another video. This is Johnny from Carolina's Cottage, and today I want to show you how to clean your paintbrushes. Whether you've just used them or you let them sit around and the paint has gotten hard or dried up, you don't need to throw those paintbrushes out. Today I'll show you a little technique that I've been using for a while that will help restore even the hardest dried paintbrushes. So stay tuned and let's see how we do this. I want to encourage you to watch all the way to the end of this video so you don't miss anything about how to clean the bristles and get all of the paint out of your brushes. Now I want to clarify that this technique is for water-based paint or water-based top coat and should work with just about any water-based products, but it's not going to work if you're using an oil-based or something other than chalk paint or water-based top coat. The paintbrushes you see in my cup here have been soaking in fabric softener for, I've left these in for about a week. Sometimes it just takes a couple days. This depends on how hard the bristles are or how dried out the paint is. But let me tell you what you need to do to get your brushes back in usable condition. When I'm painting, I will usually wrap up my brushes in a piece of aluminum foil so I don't have to clean them between coats or between color changes. And typically I'll do this for a couple days, but if I'm using the brush any longer than that, then I'll go ahead and clean it right away with a gentle soap and water, or I'll go ahead and start a little cup with fabric softener in it and just let the brushes soak in that fabric softener. I kind of procrastinate cleaning brushes. It's not one of my favorite things to do, so I find that just taking any brand of fabric softener, putting it full strength in a plastic cup to cover the length of the bristles, usually that will do the trick. Sometimes overnight, sometimes it takes a little longer, but it almost always works. After these have been sitting for a while, I'll take them out of the cup one at a time and run warm water over them to see if they're going to come clean or if I need to soak them a little bit longer or for a second round. Now, as you see here, I'm cleaning gently, but I'm using my fingers to get into those bristles. These are not expensive brushes. I get these on Amazon and they're just on my Amazon site that I have linked below. But what I'm doing here, you see that I'm tapping this one. These are still kind of hard. Now, sometimes I can, with this warm water, loosen this a little bit as the fabric softener penetrates more into the bristles of the brush. But in some cases, and I think this is one of them, it's going to need a second round of soaking in fabric softener, and that's okay. For these brushes that had a lot of paint on them or maybe sat out too long before I started soaking them, they just have benefited from this first soaking. It has loosened up the outer layers of chalk paint, and I'll just rinse and do a second soaking, as you'll see later in the video. I'm doing this in my laundry room sink, and I'm making sure to run plenty of water before and after cleaning this to dilute the fabric softener and the little bit of paint that's still left in the brush. I recommend that you dispose of these items appropriately depending on what you're using. I use an environmentally friendly fabric softener. Please make sure you understand what your local area recommends for disposal of paint and paint products, even the water-based ones. This will also work for larger brushes. If you are using brushes designed for painting furniture or trim, especially those designed for chalk paint, this technique works beautifully for restoring those brushes back to a usable condition. And I've had good results whether it's a natural bristle brush or synthetic. Now here's an up-close look at the fabric softener as it's been sitting in the cup. It is still reusable, so I'm just giving it a quick little stir here, and I'm going to put some of these brushes right back in this fabric softener. I will add just a little water to bring that level up to cover the brushes completely. For the brushes that have softened up and have loosened all the paint, I'm just going to give them a quick rinsing and then washing with a very gentle soap. Again, I'm using Meyer's hand soap here. Meyer's products seem to be environmentally friendly, gentle to the hands, and pretty gentle on these brushes as well. But I'll just use this soap to get rid of the remaining fabric softener that's in the bristles. Give them a nice rinse. And then remember when you're drying your brushes to have them on an area where their bristles are in a downward angle so that any moisture that's in the bristles as they're drying will drain out. If you store your brushes upright where the bristles are on top, you can have a collection of water at the base of the bristles that can loosen the glue that holds your bristles in. So you always want to store your brushes so that the water is draining away or off of the base of the brush. And here I'm just making sure that I've gotten all the paint out of the bristles and that the soap is cleaning any residue from the fabric softener, since it tends to be a little bit creamy or oily depending on the brand you're using. You want to make sure when you're cleaning your brushes that you're using a gentle motion to loosen the paint and the fabric softener from the bristles, and that you're gently opening up the spaces between the bristles to make sure you're getting all of the paint and residue out. This is a personal preference. I like to also get the paint off of the metal part of the base of the brush. It just bugs me for paint to build up there. I'd rather have the brushes clean, but that's just a personal preference. As long as you're cleaning the bristles of the brush, then your brush should perform well in future painting. Something I'll show you with this brush in particular is that some of the paint stayed near the base of the brush. You can see it here stuck on just a few of the bristles. Scrub this side to side or move this side to side in your hand. You'll find that in most cases that remaining paint comes off of just those few bristles that it's stuck on. Please click on the pop-up at the end of this video to watch more videos. Please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you in the next video.